Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married.
Did you experience that?
I still experience
Okay.
that. I still experience
Golly,
that.
bro. 3 kids deep and you still like, bro, Curry. That's the one shot that went in that should have missed, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He bagged this one. You know what I'm saying? This shot went in, but I don't even think this one needed to. You could do it all, bro. You could be the most gracious, most patient, most understanding man in the world. You could have it all. You could have the money, the fame, status. Like, bro, every word in the book. The greatest shooter on earth. And your girl could still just say, yeah, I got bored. That is crazy, gang. Steph Curry's wife just keeps embarrassing him. Video by Hello Yasin Extras. Now I know Ayesha Curry, Steph Curry's wife, she be getting on them podcasts talking about, oh, I didn't want kids, I didn't want to be married, I just want to go to the club, feel young, feel sexy. Even though she's like 35, bro, like, you know what I'm saying, pushing 40, talking about this with this rhetoric. Let's just stop. You happily married to one of the greatest men on earth, bro, no glaze. You feel me? Or apparently not happily married, but you still got one of the greatest men on earth. You know what I'm saying? Steph Curry, that's my GOAT. 4 rings, bro. Another one on the way, loading right now. And you just keep embarrassing this nigga. Why? Let's get to the vid, man. Let's find out.
What's poppin', yo? Somebody who I wouldn't say I can't stand, but just always seems to have the wrong thing to say, and we're always wondering, why are people putting a microphone in front of her face? You know how they
No
say,
cap,
like, yo,
bro.
you need to snatch a microphone from dudes? They need to snatch a microphone from some of these wives, because in this case, it's Ayesha Curry who just springs back up again, being married to one of the greatest NBA players of all time, the greatest shooter of all time. And I'm going to play you guys the clip, and we're going to break this down little by little.
4 kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
It's so hard also.
So is you saying you did want that after Curry showed you like, yo, shorty, this is your world. This our world. I'm making it possible because I'm the GOAT. You want in or no? And then she realized, oh yeah, I do want that actually. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Curry. You know what I'm saying? Is it that, or do you still kind of wish you didn't have kids? Which is crazy to say, having 3 kids. If they see this video game, tough.
Be the woman in a situation where you're like, men just don't get as much scrutiny. Like they can maybe tell him like your shots suck tonight, but like the looks and all of that is just like not a factor of conversation as much.
No.
Did you talk to Steph about it, like, or did you kind of keep it within yourself so it didn't?
I do not have a bone in my body that can keep anything to myself. So if it comes to mind, it's coming out. And he's so gracious. Like he tries to resonate with me, but he just can't.
See, like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I was not even paying attention, but you just talking about he just can't. He tries, but he just falls up short. It's like, bro, this is not a conversation to have live on air on the internet to millions of people, bro. You can have this convo with Curry. You know what I'm saying? He probably done heard it. He probably tired of your ass by now. You feel me? I wouldn't be surprised if my nigga, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. He was in Cancun for the summer and shit. The little practice training camp. He, you know what I'm saying? He cracked a few, John. I wouldn't even be surprised if my mans did that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you be, bro. Like, why is you airing out y'all dirty laundry on the internet, man? And she probably ain't even get paid for this podcast appearance. She just said, you get to talk bad about Curry. And Ayesha said, oh, I'm there. When should I show up? It's like, come on, man.
He also comes from a place of like, it's effing stupid. Like, it's not true. So why? And I'm like, but wait, like, listen to how it makes me feel. And he's like, but why does it make you feel like that? It's not real.
So the first thing that someone did is they quoted it and said, what career?
What career? She's talking like she had Michelle Obama potential, LOL. She's a high school grad and was a failed actress. Golly, come on, man. You don't gotta throw that many shots, man. I feel you, but like, golly, bro. Like when somebody trying like achieve a dream and you just like, oh yeah, you failed, nigga. You was never gonna make it. It's like, bro, that joint hurt. You feel me? She may be clowning my goat, but like, bro, that's still a human being, bro. We gotta have a little grace. You feel me?
She's talking like she had.
Cause like 100K ain't no money. Like you verify gang, but who is you? Like you got this profile pic, just a black and gray circle. Like, bro, you look like you got some money to you by this verify and the name, bro. You talking about 100K ain't no money, like you just got millions. So hey, maybe you doing your big one, bro, but come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's treat everybody with respect. Treat everybody how you would want to be treated, type shit. Aisha, she don't live by that code, but you know what I'm saying? Don't mean you should stoop to her level. You feel me?
Michelle Obama potential. LOL, she's a high school grad and was a failed actress. I will say this because a lot of people are going in on her and saying that she kind of regretted her decision, but no, in the beginning, she clearly says that she's like, oh, I never wanted kids. I never wanted this. And then she says, you don't know what you want. So she's saying like, I didn't think I wanted any of these things. I think I wanted a completely different path for myself. But when this happened and it happened suddenly, well, she doesn't say that she really enjoyed it, but she's like, oh, now I know that this is what I wanted. And that's probably all the grace I'm going to be able to give her. So now we're going to move into the next section where we got to grill her for this.
After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughters so quickly. I didn't even have time to think about what I wanted anymore. It's so interesting. I spent my entire life like trying to work towards something, and then it kind of just disappeared, and I didn't think twice about it.
Okay.
But after my daughter turned 1, I remember there being a shift and being like, I have goals for myself. Like, this doesn't feel right. I love being a mom, but I love doing.
That's something you should keep to yourself, man. You have, you know what I'm saying, grace and room to feel however you want. I respect that, but really just saying this on the internet, bro, imagine your daughter really just like watch this. It's like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, I was happy to be your mom, but like when you was 1, I still wanted to, you feel me, just be in them streets. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to get tied down so early. I wanted to do me, but now I'm doing us. And it don't quite sit right with me. It's like, yo, you should have took that to the grave, man.
Other things too, and I need to get my shit together and figure out what that looks like for myself now.
If I have a career and I'm not home, like did you experience that?
I still experience that. I still experience
golly,
that.
bro.
Like I'm always in therapy.
3 kids deep and you still like, bro, Curry. That's the one shot that went in that should have missed, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? My nigga is the greatest shooter of all time. He bagged this one. You know what I'm saying? This shot went in, but I don't even think this one needed to. Gang, this is tough.
Talking about this. If you lose all of those things that were interesting about you, even for yourself, like even the things that made me feel confident and cool, then what are you doing?
There's a problem here because some people will say like, yo, she's just allowed to feel this way. Being allowed to feel a certain way and vocalizing that feeling.
Yeah, no cap.
And there's levels. So the next level is vocalizing that feeling. And then the next level is vocalizing.
But Curry never be talking about none of this, how this make him feel. Like he could be probably getting driven crazy right now. Like he might want to like leave this woman. But they got kids together, so he trying to make it work. And he got that NBA image that he need to protect. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Perfect, Mr. Light Skin, cool nigga. Right? So he not gonna let y'all in on his personal thoughts, but yeah, bro, I just don't think my goat. I don't know if he in the best spot right now with her, bro.
Vocalizing that feeling on a public platform. And then the next level is vocalizing that feeling on a public platform that is able to hurt people. And who is she hurting? She's hurting her kids. And this is the problem with an Aisha Curry that I don't know why she doesn't understand this. Maybe Steph Curry didn't enlighten her on this. But whenever something comes out...
You shouldn't need to enlighten a grown adult on just common sense, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Out of your mouth on a public platform, you should consider, how is this going to not only be misinterpreted, because that's what people are trying to do, but how can this be harmful to people around me. So if she's talking to her husband, or she's talking to her friends, or she's even talking to her family members, and she's saying, man, being a mom is so difficult, like I wish I never had kids, something like that,
just start
that's okay.
dancing.
Like you're allowed to feel that way. You're allowed to feel that stress at times.
See, like they look like they having a good time, but apparently not. You never know what's going on beyond the surface, man.
She may feel like that at that moment. But when you go on a public platform and you say this, and this is going to live online forever, imagine how you feel as her kids growing up and your mom is saying, oh, she never wanted you. She just wanted a career and you were an accident. Because
you still know your parents love you at the end of the day, but it give you a little, when you hear some shit like that, it's like, oh, damn. And then you start thinking, you feel me? And then what you was so sure of before, you start like, it's seeds of doubt creeping in. All of a sudden you start looking at people different and shit. Relationships get a little strained. It's like, you know what I'm saying? One day you have an outburst talking about, I know you didn't even, you know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, bro. And all of that could have been avoided. She just had to keep her mouth shut. It's cool to feel the way you feel. You can't control that. But like he said, vocalizing it, that's a different story.
Had the kids so quickly. I don't know if they consider that an accident or whatever. But think about how much pain you would feel as a kid. And I know there are probably some of y'all that were accidents and maybe you didn't know your father, but your mom never made you feel like you were an accident. So maybe it wasn't until you grew up and you were like, damn, like, hell, I wasn't supposed to be here. But imagine you find a clip and your mom's like, yeah, I messed up. Man, it was so terrible. And this is where I have to go in on Ayesha Curry. It's like, why are you doing this? You're only causing harm. And this is so self-centered. And also, we got to keep in mind that there are women that have what she claims that she wanted, which is the career. And they actually have a successful career. And many of them would wish to be in her position. So there are many women that are forced to be in a career, forced to raise children on their own. Maybe they're widowed. Maybe their husband, ex-husband, whatever, baby daddy went to prison, which some people will say, well, that's a crazy selection if he was likely to go to prison, but that's neither here nor there. So there are a bunch of women that are saying, well, we have careers and we are successful at careers, but we feel like we're in this career position and we're forced to be here. Like we don't have the option. And if they had a husband like Steph that she from her own mouth says is so gracious and is so patient and is so every single positive quality, and he is willing to take care of everything and allow her to.
You could do it all, bro. You could be the most gracious, most patient, most understanding man in the world. You could have it all. You could have the money, the fame, the status, like, bro, every word in the book, bro. You could have it all. You could be the greatest shooter on earth. And your girl could still just say, yeah, I got bored. That is crazy, gang. It's just wild, bro. It's just wild. And it's not for every woman. Obviously, not every woman is like that, bro, but it's a whole lot of them. You know what I'm saying? The real ones is hard to find, man. Real talk.
Explore whatever nonsense she wants to explore, whether it be some cooking show that she had or hopping on this random podcast or being able to give her opinions on a public platform. A lot of women who are forced to be in careers because they don't have another option would say, F this career, I'm going and doing that. Because not only is it just going and chilling and being taken care of, but they don't have the stress and pressure of trying to survive, so they can explore whatever it is that they want. And that's the opportunity that Ayesha Curry has. Like, she has the ability to have nannies, babysitters, etc. She can produce something if she wanted to, but she hasn't. Nothing of value, if you want to call it that. And then you've got actual people, which I want to circle back to Michelle Obama, because people give credit to Savannah James, people will give credit to other ladies, but Michelle Obama is somebody that was of the same pedigree as Barack Obama. Michelle Obama, didn't she go to Princeton? She went to Princeton Law School or something like that from O-Block. She was from one of the worst neighborhoods in Chicago.
Wow.
And I think people don't focus too much on Michelle Obama because they just don't find her to be like traditionally attractive or whatever the case may be, but she's still married to Barack Obama. She took the second role. She never had the feeling of like, yo, I need to go out. There were a couple of sentences from a podcast that Michelle Obama did where people tried to contort it to say, like, oh, this makes Barack Obama look bad. But let's keep it a buck. Of all these decades that they've been together, Michelle Obama has held it down, and she didn't feel the need that she was in competition with her husband, nor was she trying to get attention or even try to flex. Now, Michelle Obama did ruin school lunches for all of us. Like, we can't forgive her for that, but, you know, you live and you learn. She ruined school lunches. It is what it is. But
is that when she tried to make them Jones healthy, bro? And then we just had, like, you know what I'm saying, fucking like 1.5 inch pizza slices. carrot sticks and like chocolate milk. Yeah, bro.
Not going to take away the fact that Michelle Obama was not somebody that had this ego, and she was not hijacked in her goals. Like Ayesha Curry is hijacked in her goals. She's probably scrolling TikTok because she's got nothing better to do. And then she sees these career women and they look like boss babes, or she's watching some television show, some Netflix series. And she's like, wow, that could have.
That's literally what it is, bro. Her life is just so perfect. She got bored. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of life is trying to ascend, figuring out who you are, exploring your passions, making everything work. Oh, I got to pay bills. Let me figure it out. You know what I'm saying? When you figure it out, you know what I'm saying? You like, oh, wow, I did that, man. I could keep doing that. I could keep doing it over and over and over again, right? And you keep, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, living life, new things arise that are challenging to you. And then you step up to the challenge. It's interesting. You feel me? You constantly evolving, constantly growing, constantly experiencing. But with Curry, bro, it's like you got all the money in the world. Ideal life. Anything you want to do, you could just do. You don't gotta work for nothing. She just got bored, bro. She wanted to earn it out the mud. And I could kind of respect that a little bit, but why you gotta come over here and bash the GOAT? Like, come on, man.
Been me. No, it could not have been you.
It's crazy.
And especially considering she won the lottery with like having a man as filthy rich as Steph. Like, you don't have to worry about anything in life. And it's not like there are some that won the lottery, quote unquote, maybe with an NFL player or something, but they're getting hands, feet, knees, and toes put on them, elbows. So that's an unfortunate situation, like the Zach Stacy situation, for instance, or even like what was it? Yeah, I can't name the other guy off the top of my head, and I'm not going to try to. This is just a case of someone that's being so self-centered.
See, like, you got the Gucci on, bro. Like, come on, you got your kids with you. You got this random white woman with you. Like, bro, that's how you know you living good. Like, come on, man.
Because she didn't have anything
what are we doing?
Give up. So, but even if she had something to give up and she did give it up, why would she be saying that on a public platform? It's just such a high level of disrespect. And
yeah, bro.
This is the difference between like respect and love. I feel like, of course, Ayesha Curry, I think she loves Steph Curry, but I don't think she respects Steph Curry, because if you respect somebody, you're not going to talk about them in a way that you know. And in the past, it's happened. She's like, yeah, I feel like I don't get enough attention from dudes. And the other ladies were looking at her.
I remember
like,
that.
What do you mean by that?
Stupid.
What do you mean by that? You're trying to compete with these young girls when you're married and you got multiple kids? Like, what are you doing? Like, what is she? She pushing 40 right now? How old is Ayesha Curry? Man, I need to look this up.
Like 35, 36.
This is crazy. Ayesha Curry is 36 years old.
Like,
talking about she
man.
doesn't get enough. And she had a show on the Food Network. Like, you did have a quote unquote career. She had a cookbook. She's always on TV. Like, come on, man. And we've never heard Steph even scoff at her. We've never seen a photo of Steph seeming like he didn't want to be around her. Like, Steph is obsessed with this woman. I guess the only thing you can say from this is at least she didn't embarrass him to the degree that Larsa Pippen did with Scottie Pippen. But hey, there's still time for that. Let's not jinx that. Actually, we should jinx that outcome. We do not want that outcome for Steph. We love Steph here. We all love Steph. Who hates Steph? But yeah, I feel like I'm going to get on a tangent. I feel like my blood's boiling right now. I got to record some other stuff. This is absolutely ridiculous. Like, somebody never let Ayesha Curry on a podcast again. Nobody wants to. Now, she can do the cooking thing. I think that's fine. I think that's quite entertaining. Will I watch it voluntarily? No. But when a clip came up, I'm like, okay, this is fine. But her getting on a platform, giving her opinion, that was never a skill set. She was not in debate class. She was not in speaking class. Speaking is not her thing. And really, shutting up would have done wonders for her perception as well, because this doesn't make her look good in front of anyone, because women are grilling her, guys are grilling her, everybody's grilling her for this. Nobody is looking at this like, because you got to think, a lot of chicks, they're like, yo, I'm struggling to make ends meet, even if they're single, right? Like, let's say they don't have kids, they're not married, and they're like, she doesn't even know what she wants. And this is the exact situation where people always say, like, this is a lack of gratitude because you're thinking of the grass is always greener. Now, if you're in the dumps, yeah, the grass is most definitely greener if you've got brown grass and people parked on their lawns. That it's for sure. But if you've got a decent life, nah, the grass is not always greener. But Ayesha Curry here trying to tell us, dog, her
life is way above decent, bro.
Men would give up their career to live a position like Ayesha Curry. Like, they're like, yo, I could just do whatever I want and not have to worry about money, and I can and like my partner allows me to pursue whatever it is that I want and explore that. Sounds like a dream. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification.
WVid, man. WVid. It's just crazy, bro. Like we said, having them thoughts You can't control it. No one's gonna fault you for that. Some people might, but they really can't, right? Because we all have thoughts that we're not in control of. But yeah, to voice that on the podcast over and over and over and over and over, you feel me? You even talking about you don't get enough attention from dudes. Like, why is that? Why is that something you feel the need to have, for one? And two, why do you feel the need to say that on the internet when you have a whole husband and 3 kids? Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, stop. I don't know, Curry. You might have, you know what I'm saying? You might have wifed that one up a little too early. My nigga had just went to the league. He got married like 2 years later. You might have been moving a little too quick. You got moved like that nigga KD. Nigga a snake, but you can't say my nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, getting finessed by a joint right now and getting disrespected on the internet. So yeah, bro. And he got you 2 of them rings, you know what I'm saying? No, he ain't get him the rings. Curry and that shit. I don't know why I did that, bro, because I'm a Curry like defender to the day I die, bro. KD may have won MVP, but Curry was, you know what I'm saying, he's still Curry. He was low-key on par with KD. And if you don't want to give him that, he was like right there, you know what I'm saying, right under the nigga tight hit. You feel me? But yeah, Curry, you shoulda, you know what I'm saying, took some advice from KD, took a page out of my man's book. But hey, it's all good, bro. You know what I'm saying? You a good man, so nobody could even fault you for doing what you did, bro. You think you doing everything right? You just gave it to the wrong person, apparently. So yeah, bro, let's hopefully not make any of the same mistakes that my man's did. This is like the biggest mistake. Probably the only mistake Curry's ever made, you know what I'm saying, marrying this woman. But let's try to not make that mistake, you know what I'm saying, us young men, you feel me? Make sure you really look out for who you dating, bro, and who you marrying, who you wifing up, because you could give her the world, gang, and she could still get bored and disrespect you. Yeah, bro. But this was a educational video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. I certainly did. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Love y'all. Peace.